Hello everyone, welcome to special edition on essay by Annamaya IAS Academy. Here we help you understand, analyze, structure, illustrate and conclude your essays. Now before I go into the quote quotation for today, I would like to make a small announcement. We are starting an essay course by a person who has consistently topped in essay paper, who is Harnath Reddy sir. Essay is a game changer, so I'd strongly recommend you would look at options that we provide. Thank you. So today's quote is, poverty anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. So this is a particularly favorite quote of mine because this is said by Franklin D. Roosevelt. He is a former President of United States. And the interesting fact is he said this in, as you can see here, he said this in 1938. Which means when he's saying that at one part of the world where there is poverty, it's going to affect the entire world, he is trying to position globalization, trying to position USA as a global leader. That USA can actually intervene at this point. That's what he's trying to convey, and he's trying to convey that US is today is in a position to tackle poverty anywhere, can influence any country in this world. So here we need to look at in how many dimensions this quote can be analyzed and applied. So this is the most important exercise. No one can, as I said yesterday also, no one can guaranteely say that something will come in the essay paper, but what I'm trying to do here is enabling you to think in different dimensions, which will help you in the examination. So yes, this is the broad understanding of the quote. Now here what we are going to do is, we are going to do a multi-dimensional analysis. How does it impact socially, economically, politically, environmentally, globally? Again, people say that this modus operandi is outdated, but still this is a standard and time-tested template to help you think. Okay, so in these dimensions I have expanded with the help of case studies later in this session. But even before the case study, you can liberally write, what is the social impact? Poverty leads to illiteracy, poor health, child labor, and human capital suffers, and it becomes a vicious cycle. And economic impact, reduced demand, lower productivity, global recession risk, again a vicious cycle. So how it spills on to other countries also, especially the neighboring countries and everything, you can expand it in these dimensions. I've given many examples later in this slide. Now structuring the essay, there is a classic structure that I've given because I have to give, but I say you can be a little bit of liberal with it. More such structures are found in the classroom program. Now, first case study which I like to discuss is very basic, very neat, it easily comes to mind, which is the COVID pandemic. You can write a lot about this because we've all experienced it pretty recently. So, COVID pandemic, job losses, 100 million people pushed into poverty, then global supply chains disrupted. This is the most important thing. One place, especially in China, the supply chain disruptions has affected all over the world. Next, vaccine inequality. So rich nations hoarded, but here you can also say that India has come truly as a global leader here with vaccine Maitri. Now, it shows that the very manner in which this virus has spread, it has spread globally. It didn't start in India, it started in China, and how it has spread globally. It shows that how truly one place today in this globalized world, something happens in one place, how fast it spreads to the rest of the world. Next case study is, it's a terrorist organization called Boko Haram. It's a Nigeria's terrorist organization. So, we are not supporting terrorism here, let me make it pretty clear. But we need to understand that how poverty, illiteracy, unemployment and inequality in northern Nigeria has enabled such an organization, such a radicalism to thrive in that area. So that's it. Now these people, how they are affecting is that they are hired as mercenaries, they are engaging in cross-border terrorism in Niger, Chad, Cameroon. You can make a small map over here. Now, because of them, what they're doing is that the people who are involved, this is how they're affecting the rest of the countries, and the rest of the people who don't want to live in such an environment, they are migrating to other countries desperately, and these migrants are again getting stuck in a poverty cycle in other countries, again increasing problems in the other countries. And also, yeah, they're getting exploited as well. So this is the thing, this socio-economic deprivation, which is poverty, it fuels radicalism and undermines regional prosperity. In this case even global also, because this is directly affecting Europe. Next, another example from India only, it's in India's agrarian distress. So in India, as we know, 50% of India's workforce depends on agriculture. Due to increasing poverty among farmers, we can see high farmer suicides, low productivity, and further it increases poverty. Now what happens is that these people, as agriculture is not yielding profits, they are migrating to cities, same. They are living in slums, they are unemployed, and there is a housing crisis. They are indulging in criminal activities to support themselves. Again, we are not again we are not supporting any criminal activities, but here as a UPSC aspirants, it's important to understand the root cause behind all these activities so that we can address them. So yeah, neglecting rural poverty affects the entire national cohesion and growth. So after you give such examples, you should also give solutions, what can be done. So you need to link it to the schemes which are currently in the news, and here be creative, because here you have the scope to give actually creative solutions. So please come up with good solutions, and I would like to see the comments. I would like to see your solutions in the comment section. Next is European migration crisis. Again, same poverty, war, unemployment in the Middle East and Africa, and this is pretty brutal, as you can see in the image so far. So how it is impacting is that it's not just today, it's not just affecting the economy of Europe. It has caused widespread polarization of European society as a whole. European politics today are revolving around the migration crisis, and there are upcoming in many European countries there are upcoming right-wing leaders, ultra-nationalism and everything, like they're closing the borders. So this could have a larger impact on the trade and economy as well. Yes. So this is actually ignoring poverty abroad. This statement has been directly given by many European leaders. You can see right now, leaders in Poland, leaders in Italy, they are directly saying that if you ignore, we shouldn't ignore poverty in Africa, and that ignorance is affecting us directly. These are direct statements. I don't want to give them here. Next, in today's dimension, if you want to take a futuristic dimension, poverty and digital divide. Okay, now we are not seeing crisis as a case due to digital divide, but here is where you can use your imagination. You can say, okay, due to the digital divide which is here today, this is what is going to happen in the future. Suppose payments, education, everything, it has become online. So this could seriously deprive people in rural areas, people who are living below poverty line, who can't afford smartphones. So here you can be creative, you can give futuristic vision, whatever you think can happen due to this poverty and digital divide. Okay, so summing up, every case study, everything that I have told you, it reinforces the idea that poverty, even if it is just geographically confined in one place, it spreads to the rest of the world faster due to globalization. Now migration, markets, everything is interlinked. So I don't think just USA now, no other country, like poverty today, I think it's truly a global phenomenon. All the countries should take collective responsibility so that we don't fall into other crises anymore. So way forward, you can give solutions, you can give solution answer conclusion also, or while you're explaining the case study, you can give very creative solutions. So these are a few standard ones that I've given. One is universal education, universal health care, social protection. It's a stretch, I know. We especially in India, we can't afford all this, but this is where we should strive to grow. And yeah, inclusive growth, MSMEs, rural development. These are standard way forward solutions. Internationally, the global forum of G20, G7, they can come together, they can help with debt relief and climate finance. Climate finance is also a very interesting dimension because poverty is increasing due to changing climate also. It has more effects also. You can explore this dimension. Yeah, civil society, technology, everything can come together to fight poverty. Thank you.